So this is a little recap of limits graphically. I have Miguel helping me out here today. Would you like to say hello, Miguel?
Hello.
Yeah. And I have another assistant who wants to remain nameless.
Kevin.
Kevin. Ah, he's telling me who he is now. So let's go through each of these limits graphically and see if we can figure out how to interpret it by looking at the graph. So question A here says, determine the limit, L-I-M means limit, determine the limit as x approaches -2 from the negative side. The little minus sign up on the right here means I'm coming from the negative side and I'm trying to get to the x value -2. So here is the x value -2, that's -1, -2. I'm trying to get to this x value and I'm coming from the negative side of it. This is the positive side, of course it's the negative side. So what is happening to the value of my function as I approach? Maybe you can even figure this out, Miguel. What's happening to the value of my function as I approach -2?
Increasing.
It's increasing up to
Negative. Oh.
Do you see why that's the case? Right, I'm going up higher and higher and higher, and eventually, I'm going up to infinity. Does that works for you, Kevin, as well?
Yes.
Okay, let's see if you can figure out the next one.
All right.
The next one says, I'm trying to find the limit as x approaches -2. What do you think that little plus there means?
From the positive side.
I'm coming from the positive side. So here I'm trying to get to the x value -2. I'm coming from the positive side. And get to that line.
Infinity.
What's happening to my function value, my y value, Kevin?
Infinity.
Well,
Negative.
negative infinity, right? Does that work? Okay, let's do a couple more. This says I'm trying to find the limit as x approaches -infinity of this function. So now I'm trying to get to -infinity. Which piece of the graph do you think I follow? How do I get to -infinity? Yeah, Kevin's pointing this way. I follow the graph in this direction. So here I am following the graph in this direction. Now what's happening to my y value?
Staying same.
Yeah, it looks like, you're right, it's staying the same. It looks like I'm getting closer and closer to the x-axis. So what's the y value? 0. Right, if I'm sitting right on the x-axis, my y value is 0. Trying to get to the x value of 1, I'm coming from the positive side. So here I am, I'm trying to get to the x value of 1. I'm coming from the positive side. What y value am I approaching?
1. Oh,
what's my y value? As I approach this, what's my y value approaching?
-1.
Yeah, I'm approaching the y value of -1. I'm trying to get to 1 from the negative side. Here's 1, this dashed line again. I'm trying to get there from the negative side, so I'm coming from this side. What happens as I get closer and closer to 1? What's my y value? 1. Again, a limit is what you're approaching. It doesn't really matter what happens when you get there, or if you can't even get there. It's like, what am I approaching? So this last one, hopefully it's readable. I don't know if you can read it on the camera. It says, I'm trying to get to 1. Now, there's no little plus or minus. We haven't done this before. If you don't see a little plus or minus, what would you guess that means? It actually means you're trying to get to 1 from both sides simultaneously. So here I am, I'm trying to get to the x value of 1. I'm coming from both sides at the same time. Well, what's happening? I'm approaching 2 different values. And in limit definition language there, if you're approaching 2 different values, they say that the left side does not equal the right side. Right, I'm going to a different value on the left side than I am from the right side. 2 different values. And there's one last thing. Limits are only said to exist if you reach an actual number. So this limit exists, it's 0. This exists, -1. This exists, it's 1. If you're reaching some non-numeric value, they say the limit does not exist. So I'm just going to fill that in as well. I'm going to infinity. I'm really not reaching a number. So I'm going to say the limit does not exist. D-N-E. Same with this. Does not exist. Same with this. Does not exist. So I have 3 cases where the limit does not exist, and 3 cases where, in fact, I've reached the limit. All right, this is the same graph. There were just a few more that we didn't get to. So I just want to make sure that you're OK with every different possible type of limit graphically. You probably know how this works already, Kevin. This says I'm trying to find the limit as x approaches infinity. So which direction am I following my graph? I'm trying to get to the x value of infinity. He's pointing this way. So I'm trying to follow my graph in this direction. Off the page. What's happening to my function value, my y value in other words?
Going down.
It's going down to negative infinity. So I'm also going to write does not exist. Okay, a couple more. You know how this works now?
Yep.
I'm trying to get to 3 from the negative side. There's 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm trying to get to here. And I'm coming from the negative side. What is my y value approaching?
-2.
It looks like it's approaching -1, -2. I'm trying to get to 3 from the positive side. There's 3. I'm trying to get there from the positive side. I'm approaching -2. It's not very exciting. I'm trying to get to 3 from both sides. What am I approaching? -2. So this is a case when approaching from both sides, I do reach the same value. So this limit, in fact, does exist.